Look short.
You look great. What okay, go on. What are we doing?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Zach. Behind the camera's Tim. We're here with Ben. We want to welcome you to the table outside. Well, Ben, I think we should take our viewers shopping today. What do you think?
Good stuff. What do you mean, where you get your stuff?
Yeah, Cauliflower Hall Farm Shop and Risden's Butchers.
Let's go.
Just down the road. Let's go. I really hope you enjoyed our visit to Cauliflower Hall Farm Shop and Risden's Butchers. We're running out of light here, so let's get started. Today we're doing beef short ribs with a bone marrow gravy and a roasted medley of vegetables. Let's get started with the short ribs. So we have about 2.5 kilos of beef short ribs here, cut down nicely. The guys at Risden Butchers did an amazing job on this. Again, if you're in the area, please go check them out. Neil and the boys, they'll take care of you. So for this, we are going to start with 1 tablespoon of salt times 2. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. We have 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. We have 4 tablespoons of herbes de Provence. And we have 3 tablespoons of garlic powder and 3 tablespoons of ground pepper. So what we're going to do first is we're going to combine all of our ingredients into our mixing bowl. This is a dry rub, so we're not going to use any olive oil or anything to bind on the meat. We're just going to let the magic of the rub do itself. So again, just piling all in there. Here we go, and we're going to mix it together.
Nice gloves, by the way.
Yeah, we decided to start using gloves. One, it just makes the time between sets easier because all we have to do is change gloves and not go wash our hands.
Yeah.
I did wash my hands beforehand though. So that's what we kind of want, just a nice coarse consistency, right? Just gonna coat it, get a nice little coating all across. You know, it doesn't have to be super thick. You're probably gonna have some left over, but that's good because then about halfway through the cook, we can utilize that, and we can even throw it into the stock that we're gonna make to finish off with the braise here in a little bit. We're gonna place these bone side down, but off to the side. We want indirect heat on these. Obviously, I'm putting the smaller ones towards the back. They're gonna be shielded by our bigger ones here, just because they're gonna cook quicker. So we're gonna take our nice meter plus here, and we're gonna stick it in our thickest rib. Wait till the temperature raises to around 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Hey Ben, what is 160 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
Oh, Siri.
71.1 degrees Celsius. So we're gonna wait until it gets to 71 degrees, and then what we'll do is we'll take the ribs off, we'll put them into a stock that's pre-made, meat side down into the stock while we let it cook. But we'll get to the stock here in a bit.
Right now we're just trying to get the amazing meter app to connect to the actual thermometer so we can make sure we monitor the temperature accordingly. But there's a face of a befuddled cook. How are we going, Zach?
Technology. Now that we have the short ribs on cooking, we're gonna go ahead and start preparing the bone marrow for the bone marrow gravy. You notice I have 2 bones here. One is gonna be for the bone marrow gravy. The other one, what we're gonna do is once it's cooked, we're gonna put it on some sliced bread, preferably like a sourdough baguette. It is amazing. It'll be a nice appetizer, an appetizer, whatever you wanna call it. It'll be a great start to start off our meal with. So what I'm doing now is I'm chopping up, just a few sprigs of rosemary. It doesn't have to be that much. It's only 2 bones. So I'd probably say of the fresh rosemary, this would be probably equivalent to a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon?
Yeah, I'll go a teaspoon, probably.
Yeah, maybe a teaspoon. And then we have about a teaspoon of salt as well. Okay, remember, not iodized salt. We want cooking salt, or we want kosher salt. Why is that, Tim?
Just way better flavor, better for your health.
And it penetrates the meat.
And it penetrates the meat. I've clearly been listening well to the episodes.
So we're just going to sprinkle the salt on first. There you go. It's nicely coated. Pat, pat, pat for those who are annoyed by my rubbing. And we're just going to sprinkle the rosemary on top. The bone ends right there. The rest of this is bone marrow. It's very, very delicious. It renders down. It's not like fat, but it's not like butter. It's like a mix between fat and butter. It melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Delicious.
It's great. Right over the heat. We'll keep a
Beautiful.
close eye on them because we don't want all the bone marrow to run off.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just let that cook nicely. Get that lid close. We don't let heat out. We're sitting over here on this side about, we'll have to let it stabilize, but it'll probably be somewhere around 175 degrees Celsius, which is kind of what we want. You know, depending on how fast you want to cook, maybe it's a little hot. But we'll keep going. That's what meter's for, to tell us.
Thanks, Mita. We love you.
It's estimated cooking time, lapse time. There we go.
So Zach, what you up to now, bro?
I am chopping the shallots for the stock. So for the stock, it is 1 cup of beef stock. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna use around 400 milliliters of beef stock.
Cool.
2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 6 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 2 whole shallots. And then I'm gonna add 2 bones into the stock as it cooks to let the marrow from inside the stock, the bones to get into the stock.
Yum.
Husk, your knife cuts like butter.
It does.
It's getting some used to with the curved blade, but I think I'll get there.
Woo! Look at it.
Getting there.
We're looking good. We're looking good.
All right, so the ribs, they're not far from being done. So we need to make our braising stock. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 cups of beef stock, put it in our pot,
Shout out to Tracy for
making the beef stock for us.
clipping that inside.
We're then gonna take around 6 tablespoons, 8 tablespoons of light soy sauce, about 6 tablespoons of Worcestershire as well. All right, it's gonna be a bit harder to get this one out. And again, you don't have to use exact measurements. This is just a stock to braise the beef ribs in. We're gonna take our shallots, put them in there as well.
Glory.
This is just to impart some flavor. And then the rest of the rub that we had left over,
Cheeky.
gonna go in there. It's gonna really make it nice. And then our 2
Beautiful.
marrow bones left over.
Beautiful.
So it's time to take the marrow off. Let's get these marrow bones off. There we go. Get those off, shut the lid. Oh, look at those short ribs. They're looking quite nice
Look at them. They smell amazing, don't
and
they?
a good color. All right, so we'll let one of these cool down. Probably, that looks about 2 tablespoons. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now that we took the bone marrow off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna enjoy ourselves a little bit. We're gonna have a little delicacy that we were telling Ben about. He said he couldn't wrap his mind around it. So we're gonna show him. Little bone marrow on bread.
Oh, look at it. Let's see what he thinks. My beautiful wife has arrived. She's gonna give it a go. What do you think? Is it nice?
Expand your horizons, Ben.
Go on.
It's great, it's nice.
Enjoy it. Think about it.
Does taste nice. Does it?
Really? It actually tastes nice.
No, you didn't need to see the inside of my mouth as I said that, but it does taste nice.
Okay, folks, so we have a special treat today. We went to a wonderful wine tasting put on by Shinfield Wine Company.
Oh,
Nish and the crew, they put on an amazing tasting event twice a year, one for Christmas, one in May. Guys, you should check out Shinfield Wine Company if you're in the area. They have brilliant wines. We'll actually go on a shopping trip like we did today.
Yep.
But for wine, for our Thanksgiving dinner that's coming up in a
Yes.
couple weeks. But I want to show you this. This is a Jacques Breuer Blanc de Blanc from 2012. You know, they have a Brut that's the same price as this, but it's only from 2016 or 2018. And this is so much better. This, I mean, you're going to see the color on this here in a minute. It is absolutely divine.
It's at about this point I must warn you, if you get frights easily, be prepared.
Again, shut.
Way! That's fantastic. Oh, trace.
There we go. Cheers.
Mazel tov.
The yin and the yang and the nippity doo. Here's to you.
It's delicious.
Now it's time to put the carrots on. Let's start by having, 2 bushels of carrots. Again, bought at Cauliflower Farm Shop. Amazing. Look at the color.
Glory.
Natural carrots. Natural carrots. We also have a Swede. We're only going to use about maybe half of the Swede. Okay. Plant, not the person. We also have oak smoked garlic. We'll put all the cloves in there, and 1 purple onion. Let's get involved.
Let's go.
Salt and pepper, that's all you need. Up to you on how much you use. Look at those.
Glory.
All right, so we're a little over an hour. It's not far from being done. I want to go ahead and take these smaller short ribs off. As you can see, they've cooked a lot. They've cooked down a lot more than the others. I'm going to go ahead and stick them in the braising broth. Meat side down.
Oh
remember?
my heavens. If you could smell, we've just done a little taste test. It's unbelievable.
Oh, look at that. All right, so we've hit our temperature of 71 degrees or 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Just go ahead and put these in. All right, on for another hour.
Yeah, it's me again. We had a technical difficulty with Zach's mic. For some reason, it decided to stop working. So the audio you are picking up is from my microphone. So just turn the volume up, listen a little closer. Apologies.
So now it's time to prep our gravy. Short ribs coming off in the braise. Look at that. All right, so on the fly here, we decided to add another element to this dish. Not just the short ribs and the roasted vegetable medley. But you know what? We had a whole head of cauliflower sitting in the fridge, and we're like, you know what? How about we use this? We're gonna make a cauliflower mash or a cauliflower puree to add to this dish. I just think it's gonna make it step up a little bit, give a little bit more to the look of the dish as well. So, hey, let's get started. All we did was took a whole head of cauliflower. We boiled it down in some water. Once it got just soft, not like mushy, but like just soft, we took it out. 3 tablespoons of butter, 250 mils of Jersey single cream, about a tablespoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of black pepper, and maybe a tablespoon of garlic powder as well. So let's mash her up. We have our grilled and braised short rib with our bone marrow gravy, our cauliflower mash, and our root vegetable medley. All cooked outside for your enjoyment.
If heaven tasted like food, that would be it. Yeah?
My word. My word.
Gee,
For the vegetarians out there,
I'm gonna dip mine in bone marrow gravy. Much better.
well done, big guy.
Well done, us.
Freaking delicious.